Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today is just going to be a chatty video. I'm going to talk through some of the brands that I am currently interested in, and you guys really need to help me. You need to tell me if you tried these brands, if they're good, if they're bad, either talk me into or out of them. I could be swayed either way. I have a long wish list. These are not the only brands that are on my list to try, but I do enjoy trying out a new brand from time to time, something that I have never tried before, and these are the ones that are currently on the top of the list. So let's first talk about Flower Nose. Oh, have you guys seen this brand? They're absolutely stunning. I'm gonna try and put up some pictures. I'll take some screenshots, but they have the most beautiful collections. I don't know if they're C Beauty, K Beauty, but you know, they're an Asian brand, so their eyeshadows do have a lot of like the twinkly type eyeshadows and otherwise kind of soft pigmentation, but I've seen people use their palettes and they were able to get a full-on eye look with them, so I wouldn't call them completely sheer. You can still do eye looks with them, but definitely in that style where things are just not super pigmented but has lots of sparkle. So I know that the eyeshadow is something that I will really enjoy, but the packaging, the theming, they often come out with mirrors that match their current collection. I think the palette that I want the most at the moment is from the Strawberry Rococo collection, although I keep going back and forth on different shades. I've heard really good reviews about their lip products as well. Judy reviews them a lot. So I'm very interested to hear you guys' review of this brand. Have you tried any of it? Whenever I do try it, if I do, it will be on a sale. Okay, so this next brand, I know I already mentioned in a previous video that I've kind of been eyeing their website. That would be Cleona. So I actually went through and spent some time and hearted all my favorite shades. They do seem to have a lot of shades that are very similar to each other with very slight differences. So mostly I'm interested to try out their different finishes. So even though they have a ton of shades, I was actually able to really narrow it down because a lot of their shades have red shifts in them, which I 100% want to avoid. I just don't like red eyeshadow on myself. So after I did that, I was able to narrow it down to some gorgeous purples and sparkly yellows. But this brand has been around long enough. I know a lot of you guys have tried them. I want to know what your guys' favorite shades are, because there's no way I can buy my entire wish list. This is another brand that is not cheap. Whenever I do make an order, I might buy like 5 or 6 shadows to try. And I find it always very helpful to actually speak to someone who's tried the different finishes. Let me know about the different finishes. What would you guys recommend I try? Okay, so this next brand, Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham's brand has been on my radar for quite a long time. I think that her whole aesthetic with her makeup products are so beautiful. I love like the tortoiseshell packaging. I don't know if I want any of her eyeshadow palettes. I think I like the look of them with kind of like the bricks with the different stripes of each color. I could see how that could be handy if you are someone who wears the same eye look every single day, because it does seem like you get a lot of product in those little compacts. But of course, let me know if I'm wrong. But I just don't know if I'm interested so much in the eyeshadow. What I'm most interested in is the bronzer brick. Even though the lightest shade isn't necessarily cool toned or rosy, it is very light, so it does seem like something I could use. The other product that is really on my wish list from her is the highlight. I saw a makeup artist use it in a video, and after that it was just went straight to the top of the wish list. You know how that goes. I know a lot of people rave about her eyeliners. I'm not necessarily too excited about the eyeliners. I mean, they look beautiful, but I feel like I can get a lot of the same effects with eyeshadow, but I would be interested to try maybe one shade and see if it's all that. I know a lot of people really love her glosses. I just really hesitate to spend that much on a gloss, so I probably won't get a gloss. Definitely, I think top 2 products I want to try, the bronzer and the highlighter. But again, let me know your experiences. I'm asking for your guys' feedback here. Okay, so this indie brand looks so fun. What's Up Beauty? Have you guys seen their Dragon Eye palette? It looks gorgeous. Everything from the packaging to the shades inside looks right up my alley. But right now, I gotta be honest, there are so many newish indie brands where I've never tried their products before. There's actually a lot of indie brands that have been out for a long time that I've never tried their products before either. I also have palettes on my wish list from Lethal Cosmetics. People keep telling me I need to try Terra Moons, and I know there's even more out there that I know that I would love so much. But I think What's Up Beauty just captured my attention with that dragon palette because I think it's so pretty. I love the theming. Another one I'm interested in checking out is Klarity Cosmetics. So last time I checked on their website, they actually didn't have several of the palettes that I was interested in, although I think that they're redoing their packaging, so maybe some of the ones I was interested in are going to come back. I'm specifically talking about the eyeshadow palettes. They have some beautiful color stories and super fun themes. I feel like they had one that was bridal themed that I really had my eye on, although I didn't see that one on the website last time I checked. But I want to know your guys' review of the formula, specifically of the mattes. I often can make shimmers work for me. If they're a super thick shimmer, I just sheer them out to the point where I like them. If they're super sparkly, I mean, I'm there for it. What will often make or break it for me are the mattes. So I really want to know, what do you think of the mattes? Oh boy, there's another brand too, and they just released a new palette. Oh great, now I can't think of what it is. This is another brand that is so expensive, and so I've never bought anything. Adept. Here, that's what it's called, Adept Cosmetics. And when I say something is so expensive, I'm not trying to come down on them. Like, I understand that those pigments that make them so beautiful and so sparkly, that's what makes everything so expensive. That's why indie brands can cost so much, but it is kind of prohibitive, especially when they're all so expensive. Like, I definitely have to pick and choose which ones I'm gonna try. I just can't try all of them, at least all at once. Ensley Reign is another one that I keep hearing people talk about. They weren't even on my radar until someone held up one of their palettes in a video, and I was like, whoa, what is that? It looked absolutely stunning. A lot of times what holds me back from purchasing from indie brands is that they have some super fun, colorful, more wild color stories, which I love to look at them, but I know that I would hardly ever wear them. So oftentimes I'm waiting for these brands to come out with something that I would actually wear, and sometimes it can just be overwhelming. There's so much out there. But at the moment, I am in the mood to try something new. So if there's a brand that you really love, and I didn't mention them in this video, make sure and let me know down in the comment section. I love to check out new brands. And if you're going to do that, also make sure and let me know what your favorite things are from that brand and why they're so good. I think lately I've just been super bored with the mainstream things that have been coming out. I haven't really been attracted to a lot of the new releases, which is good. I mean, I know that there'll be releases later on in the year that I'm going to want to buy, but so far this year, the things that I've been buying have been things that have been on my wish list from years ago. So, or at least last year, not anything super current. So anyway, I think that's why I'm just in the mood to try the indie brands. The mainstream stuff just isn't really cutting it for me right now. Thank you guys so much for sitting here and chatting with me. Sometimes chatting through the brands helps me talk myself out of it. So it does help me whittle down my wish list, and it's also just fun to geek out over all the fun, sparkly, colorful things there are out there. So I really appreciate your guys' feedback to help me know what I should try next. I really, really appreciate you. You've made it to the end of the video, which means you get to hear about today's tea of the day. I was a little scared of this one. So this is from Licious Me. This is their mint cocoa drip. So it has black tea, peppermint leaves, and cacao pieces in it. So I did put a little bit of milk in mine. I figured it would make it extra delicious. So the peppermint comes through right away. Very strong peppermint. And in case you've never tried a tea that's chocolate flavored because they add cacao nibs, just know that it's not a really intense chocolate flavor. It's just kind of a chocolate aftertaste. But this is actually pretty good. I was a little scared of this one. I really didn't think it was going to be good because of the way that it smelled. I opened up the package and I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good. But I think the milk really saves it. This is good. This is a good dessert tea. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again very soon in the next one. Bye.